Yeah, we're live.
We're rolling.
Okay.
So go ahead and do the intro.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's, this is our 12th episode.
Yes.
12th show of synthetic oil section. Sitting behind us. He's getting his camera up and running. We're live here on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, please send out a watch party. Have all your friends watch with you. It's literally the click of a button. Click that little purple icon below the video that says start a watch party, and your friends will get notified so everybody can join in.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up?
What's up?
Let me check. Make sure we're still on point.
Jeff's going to do a little due diligence here. So we're here at a really cool Thai restaurant that Jeff recommended. And we're just checking it out, see how it is. So yeah, we're going to do the whole experience here. Today we're going to be going over fuel mileage, fuel economy, 3 great ways to save fuel mileage, and we're going to be dipping into that quite a bit.
Yep.
And so what was it like today, Jeff? Were you working all day or a little bit of time off?
Yeah, well, we kind of did halfway. First, I got to say hi, Dad. This is my dad's watching. This is his first show that he's watching.
Awesome.
So, Dad's on the phone with him. So, hit that share button, Dad, the watch party, so everybody can join in. So, here's what we got. Today, let's start with last night. Last night was a crazy night.
All right.
Magic Live is in town, and it is a huge, huge convention. Magicians from around the world come in. I got to hang with my heroes. I chilled out with Lenny Mendenfield. He's a really famous mentalist. I got to chill with Nick Lacapo, who is an awesome dude. I got to see Dan Harlan. The list is insane. I got to hang with Peter Turner. Peter Turner fried my brain. Magic Ballet. I mean, we're star power. I could literally do this entire hour naming all the awesome people I saw, but suffice it to say, all the Wonderground players, the Magic Flicks guy, Murphy's Magic, everybody was there. Good job.
So you can see Jeff is lit. I mean, he's coming off a killer buzz. I mean, he's just, that's how I am when I'm doing something else, but I can't do that here. But the point is this.
Went down at 3 a.m., back up at about 9:30, hit the shop running.
Killer. So we're just going to be relaxing today, going over this. If you have any questions, go ahead and start asking some questions. I don't think Jeff brought the laptop.
I didn't.
But what we're going to do is I'm going to come behind the camera and take a look at all your questions. So go ahead right now, start stacking up all your questions about fuel economy.
And then I can do the exact same thing on the Facebook Live as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So post your questions and comments up there, and what I'll do is we'll take turns, maybe every 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Check and see what the questions, answer your questions. Even if we don't get to it today, we will get it done. We'll go back through, see your questions, and either answer them on the next video or whenever.
And I wanted to give a shout out to one of my new dealers, Philip Staten. He wanted me to give him a shout out. And he's getting his Facebook and his Instagram set up. So I'm going to share that next time. So he's still in the midst of getting it all ready to rock and roll. Just so you have that facing at it. Yep, just like this. This antenna at it. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. And so we're going to do that. And, I just love helping out the community. So, Jeff, where do we start? Should we start like bullet number 1? I think some of the bullets are like air filters, fuel additives.
Let's hit.
Where do we start?
We're going to hit the simple stuff. We're going to hit the stuff that you at home, everybody here at home, can do for themselves. I feel like if you can do stuff to help yourself as well, on top of what the technicians can do, not only are we going to have an easier time when we go to take care of it and clean stuff, you're going to keep getting your good fuel mileage. So, first and foremost, tire pressure. Everybody, you can either go and get your tire pressure checked. You can go to Discount Tire. You can go to a gas station, one word to the wise on getting your tires checked and tire pressure. Buy yourself a little digital air pressure gauge to keep in your car. And you know, check your tire pressure once a week. Not a horrible idea, especially as the seasons change. We go from hot to cold, cold to hot. Every 10 degrees or so will take about a pound of pressure away. So if you have a 50-degree swing, let's go, you go from 120 and down to 80 degrees at night, you can have up to 4 psi difference in your tires. So yeah, easy peasy. Keep them aired up. Your proper tire pressure is listed inside your door panel. Some vehicles is listed under the inside the gas cap area. The rating on the side of the tire is a max pressure rating. So let's say your tire, like all the tires that are standard automotive, like a P tire, passenger car tire, most of them say 44 psi. That is the maximum operating pressure. So 44 psi, you start driving.
I'm back.
Yeah, hey, welcome back.
All right.
All right.
Just double checking the camera. We're good.
Cool. So we're talking about the tire pressure. And we actually did a video last week about how hot the ground is. So let's just start. Your tires are sitting nice and cool in the morning, 90 degrees. You get up on that highway and now it's 160. That could be a 5 to 6 psi. So you set your tires cold at 44. Now you're up to 50. You're 50 psi. Now that's going to cause your tires to wear out faster. And I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a secret. If you overinflate your tires, you will get better fuel economy.
Yes.
I hate to tell you that, but that is the God's honest truth.
Bill Mohawk.
But the problem is your tires are going to start wearing wrong. You risk having a blowout. I mean, we're talking, there are the issues. So, you know, you have to weigh it out. Do you want to have a blowout on the road, or do you want to just keep your tires for longer and get, you know, if you got 30,000 mile tires, you can get 30,000 miles if you can keep them at the correct air pressure. So we're not going to talk about the nitrogen tires tonight. We're going to keep it pretty simple.
I like it.
Air up your tires, have your tires checked. When it's time to replace them, you know, and pick an appropriate tire.
All right.
If you have a truck and it's an awesome truck, but you never take it off-road, get a less aggressive tread. A less aggressive tread is going to make less noise, have less resistance, and it's going to wear better. If you go off-road, get your off-road tires. At that point, you know what? You've got a vehicle that you like to do some stuff. Fuel economy, yeah, you think about it when you're on the road and towing. Shoot. Give me 1 second on this.
Yep.
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Jeff's taking answers.
I'm in the call. I'm in
So yeah, so the different tread patterns can really play a big role in fuel economy. So what you want to do is you want to really run usually a vertical tread. If you have any like mud tires and stuff, it's going to kill the gas mileage. And you know, you just want to keep a good solid tire, preferably like a Michelin. You can always run like Toyo tires are very good. There's some really good quality. You're missing.
Oh,
yep.
No, there we go.
All right.
Okay, so another good tire I like, General.
All right.
General makes a really good tire. I actually had a preference, and I put them on every vehicle I had for like 5 different cars.
So General what?
General Ultimax RTs.
All right.
They have a silicone compound, and they're really, really good for the desert because the silicone compound doesn't have as much damage from the heat like the standard rubber does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they last considerably longer. I always get some really good mileage, and my favorite part is they're quiet tires. There's nothing better than rolling down the road and not hearing that you're rolling down the road.
That's killer.
Yeah, I like those.
So say the name again.
It's General Ultimax RTs, I believe is what it is. I know they're Ultimax. The last 2 letters might be different, but yeah, they're fantastic.
So if you're watching this, since we're on the topic of tires, share with us what your favorite tire is, and with everyone else in the community, let us know what's your favorite tire. What did you get the best traction out of?
Yeah.
What did you get good fuel economy out of? You know, we're curious.
Which ones lasted the longest? Everybody wants to know, you know, dollar per mile. what's getting you the more. That's this show is dollar per mile.
Exactly.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Exactly. It's everything about it with fuel economy.
Yeah. So, okay, we talked about tires.
Yes.
Okay. Next in fuel economy, where should we go?
I'm thinking we go to fluids.
Fluids. Fantastic.
Fluids.
All right. Do you want to start in the gas tank or in the engine?
Let's go gas tank.
All right. We're going to start in the gas tank. Okay. So, first things first, for good fuel economy, make sure you're using a good fuel. You always want to do a fuel station that has top tier fuel. Okay,
Nice.
There's a voluntary top tier fuel program. I know Chevron has it, Shell has it. I believe Arco's in on it now as well. So you use a good gas. Don't worry about using a higher octane fuel than your car requires. If you got a vehicle that calls for 87 and you got 150,000 miles and you feel like you're losing a little bit of power, or you get some like a little bit of pinging as you're going uphill, this will help.
Yes.
Drinking the good stuff.
And a little shout out to Larry Paul. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for coming on and doing some questions. And he was talking about how important a tire pressure gauge is.
Yeah,
Always checking it.
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and I always tell people, don't trust those gauges on the gas station. That little spring brass bar, when that spring starts to wear out, you're getting very inaccurate readings. So, but as far as the fuel, you want to get good quality fuel. If you have higher mileage, you might also want to think about going to mid-grade because it's a little bit more stable. Also, you can actually kind of reset your motor and not have to do that mid-grade step. You put some PI. We do an intake foam, an oil flush, and an AMSOIL oil. Power foam.
AMSOIL power foam.
Oh my gosh. That melts that carbon that I'm talking about. So as your car gets older, it actually raises compression ratio a little
And
bit.
right here in the corner, we'll put a little link. You'll see a little icon badge. That'll be to our power foam video Jeff and I did.
Yeah. Oh, that was a
We
fun.
did
That was
the
the
Humpy Bread
Humpy
thing. Over deuce hump deuce per ump. We actually took this Humpy Bread van where they're the best. They're the best. That's weird how that's cutting out sometimes.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just put it up here maybe. Put it up.
I only have so much more room.
Yeah. And so we did that, and then we did another vehicle. We did a 370,000 mile Tacoma, 1998, and we power foamed that and got all the junk out of it.
Yeah. And actually, to be honest, the Tacoma had a lot less smoke than the Humpy.
And that just shows.
The Tacoma was running considerably cleaner. So.
Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, so Jeff's gonna take a gander here.
Yeah, you go ahead and talk a little bit. I'm gonna see what's on the menu for me.
Sorry, why that keeps cutting out. I don't know why that's cutting out. There's just a thing with his microphone.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Here. We're gonna make a lot of static for about 1 minute.
There we go.
All right. We're gonna go all the way up.
There you
right
go.
There.
Just clip it right here in your shirt.
Oh yeah.
Right here.
We're good.
And aim it towards your mouth. So yeah. Good. Jeff's a superstar.
All right. Keep talking.
Yeah, so Jeff's going to go ahead and put his puss in this magazine. He's going to take a gander at all the good food. I already made my selection. I'm going to do beef and broccoli.
Ooh, good beef and broccoli here is really good. Yeah, my wife likes it.
I love it.
Yeah,
love it.
Fantastic.
Now Jeff here, he's gone completely vegan, which is a good thing.
Completely.
So he doesn't hurt these animals that have eyes.
That's right.
They look at you and it's like, why kill it? You know? So it's interesting. But yeah, so we're going on about fuel, tires, fuel. Other fluids are like fuel efficient ATF fluid. So AMSOIL makes 100% synthetic ATF fluid, and that'll get you better gas mileage. You have less friction, smoother shifting, and that's a really good upgrade. Some other stuff that's really good is running better differential fluid. That's another upgrade, 100% synthetic. And there's also some other things you can do as far as greasing trailer bearings. And I don't think we did a whole lot on trailer bearings yet, but that's a big thing if you're towing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people neglect trailer bearings, and if you actually back a boat down a boat ramp, you actually pack them and grease them every year.
Yeah.
Because the water penetrates.
Absolutely.
And when you back in, a lot of times your differential gets submerged, and there's actually a breather valve.
There is. Every differential on top of it has a breather.
Yes.
So
it's interesting. And AMSOIL, they actually have a additive. So even if you're doing killer saltwater stuff, saltwater fishing, every time you back in, you actually have an additive that's in that, it's special, that even if it gets like up to 10%, 20% dilution with water,
yeah,
still keeps you protected for a year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, some of your good 4x vehicles, and this is something to keep an eye on under your car. Oh, perfect. You're okay. You're good.
Thank you.
You're one of our friends.
And you can come in anytime.
No.
It's okay. Yeah.
I think
it's okay.
we'll take a break.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Yeah. It's very informal. We actually stuff our...
Yeah, we eat it the whole time.
Yeah.
You guys are going to watch.
Just stuffing the puss the whole time. Just num, 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 num. So, yeah. Yeah, there's so many subtleties. Another good bullet is filters.
Yeah. Oh, I was telling about the diffs. If you got a 4x.
Good. Tell them. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'll do the beef
hang
and
on.
broccoli,
We'll talk about
please.
4x in a second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to do
In the interim, we're going to do a crazy tall pork.
soy chicken satay for appetizer. And then I'm going to do a pad thai tofu for dinner. Cool. And then for drinks, do you guys have tonic water or no? Okay.
We have a period.
Jasmine.
We'll do just water with lime.
You want to side the lime on the side?
Yeah.
And you can get a glass and have some jasmine.
Yeah. Interesting. Of course. Thank you, sir. Yeah, why not? Just in case, you never know. All right, so such a joker.
I know.
We've got the rear differentials and the front differentials on the 4x4s. Even the transfer cases generally have a remote tube that goes from the vent on the top and actually takes it up higher.
Huh.
Yeah, just so you can go a little bit deeper in the water. You know,
I didn't know that.
if you go mudding or something like that. Yeah,
Most of the trucks have that?
most of you gotta peek up. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll do it and it'll follow the brake lines up. But make sure, check it, because some of them have little plastic connectors, and if that's broken, now it's a sipping straw.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, cool. So we're gonna go, you said filters next.
Yeah, what the heck?
Let's do it.
Dive into them.
Yeah,
Go
okay,
ahead.
so let's start with the fuel filters, and I'm gonna get a little bit techie here.
All right.
Let's go a little bit techie. So, here's what we have. You've got your fuel filter. It's the first line of defense from any debris, any nasty, any dust and grime that gets in your fuel tank. Not all vehicles have fuel filters. We'll discuss that in a second.
Yeah, tell us more.
Let's go with the fuel filter cars.
All right.
Fuel filter grabs a bunch of crud and it fills up. As it starts to fill up, the volume of fluid able to flow through that to the other side is less.
All right.
So the engine's being starved a little bit for fuel. Not that much that you're going to notice, but it's happening. You'll see it in your fuel economy. Now here's the thing, it's not got enough fuel pressure. Well, the car wants 50 pounds of pressure, and it opens the injector for 3 milliseconds at 50 pounds of pressure, right?
All right.
So that is a measured volume of fuel.
So 50 should be the constant.
Right, 50
All right.
should be, and this is hypothetical, this is just Jeff's pretend vehicle.
Yeah.
So 50 PSI, 3 milliseconds, and it gives it 19 pound hours of fuel. That's how it's measured in either grams or pound hours. I know pound hours is kind of old. So that being said, if your fuel pressure drops to 48, it's going to see a lean fuel air condition in the exhaust. The oxygen sensors is going to see more oxygen. So what does it do? It has to add more fuel somehow, so it increases the injector pulse width. So we went from 3 milliseconds to 6 milliseconds. It sees a problem, so what it's going to start doing to protect the car is start overfueling.
Wow.
The first thing a car does, any problem that turns on the check engine light, it richens the mixture to protect the catalytic converter. So a lot of people...
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it just richens so it doesn't get as hot.
No, it richens to protect. Everything the car does when the engine light comes on is to protect the motor from locking up and the catalytic converter from cooking.
I didn't know that the catalytic converter could cook, Jeff.
Oh boy, that's...
God, this just shows that I'm not a master technician.
Catalytic converter is an entire show by itself, but needless to say, it requires a perfect stoic ratio, anywhere between 14.5 to 1 to 15.0 to 1. That's the air-fuel ratio. If it's running in that mixture, the catalytic converter is lit. That's what we call it, it's lit. Carbons, the carbon monoxide and the oxygen, uses the platinum, palladium, and rhodium inside to break those chemicals apart. It's a chemical furnace, and then it recombines it into H2O. It combines it to O2 and then CO2. So in a perfect world, the only thing coming out of your exhaust is carbon dioxide, oxygen, and water vapor. We're not in the perfect world, but we get pretty damn close. We've reduced the amount of pollutants.
This cleans the cat, too.
It cleans the cat.
Yep.
It gets that crap off. But again, that engine light's on, it's constantly loading up. So regardless. So now we've got a plug fuel filter, low amount of fuel volume. Now you're starting to deposit stuff because you're over-fueling. That enrichment of fuel is going to put deposits in on the valves. Again, takes care of our deposits.
Yep. And now this is for diesel, so if you have a diesel, we do have it for the diesel, and this actually lubricates your fuel. It actually cleans your injectors, cleans the carbon deposits out of the combustion chamber, and you got the cetane boost for extra fuel mileage, horsepower, and startability when it's cold. It really pops on real quick. So they have you tapped both angles. You can do gas, diesel, and that's pretty much it. You can put it in any diesel engine. So it could be an 18-wheeler, it could be a diesel car. And then same thing with this. This goes into basically any gasoline engine.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, you know, moral of the story is change. If you have a fuel filter, change your fuel filter. Do it every...
How many miles, Jeff?
I mean, a lot of them call for anywhere between 15 to 30.
All right.
If you do it once a year, remember I talked about the air filter? You buy an air filter, it's $20. Oh, hell yes.
Oh, my.
Ho, ho, ho. All right, guys, so we are at Thai-licious. So oh, of course. You may eat the flour, sir.
Just 2 fingers.
2 fingers. Show me how it's done.
Look. So pure. So beautiful.
It's weird as shit.
So completely edible.
I'm going to eat the other edible stuff.
All right.
That's more edible. So, here we go. This, I believe, is it's a tofu satay. Again, we're at Thai-licious. Thai-licious does wonderful Thai food, regular and vegan. They have 2 halves of the menu.
With Stephanie and what?
I'm sorry, Stephanie and 215.
Stephanie and 215?
Yeah.
This is the sweet spot.
It's the sweet spot. We're at 160 Stephanie Street. I just read that off the thing. So let's give this satay a try. We've got our peanut satay sauce, and we're going to give it a... Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Unbelievable. It's sweet, peanutty. Oh, thank you. It's very good. Okay. So yeah, we're at Thai-licious. I've eaten this food several times before. I actually had it the other night. Took green curry, yellow curry, and brown rice, mixed them together. My ass hurt the next day, but it was worth every bite.
You're funny, Jim.
Every bite.
You're funny.
Spicy number 7. That's what I do, spicy number 7.
What the heck is that again?
So this is a tofu,
all right,
fried, and this is a peanut butter. It's a satay sauce.
All right.
So you use peanuts and some other shit. It's really good. Go for it.
I don't really like the tofu.
Okay, that's fair. And you know what? I wouldn't make it. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
So yeah,
so we got our fuel filter done.
Yeah, got our fuel filter done.
We're going to do it once a year. If you like your car, if you want to go by the manufacturer's maintenance schedule, which is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with doing the manufacturer's, but fuel filters are $20. A lot of places will charge you $40 to install it. The cost of, we'll say $80. That's a fuel filter and an air filter. Once a year, twice a year on the air filter, once a year on the fuel filter. You're golden. You're going to save the life of your fuel pump. You're going to save the, we can go to a whole discussion about excessive vacuum in an engine by a dirty air filter will cause oil leaks. I mean, we've got all sorts of stuff. This is, shit, we're talking more topics. I can get spun on that shit.
I like it.
So air filter and fuel filter, simple. Keep your fuel economy. Fuel filter, keep your fuel pump working for a longer period of time. Get your additives in there. Clean your fuel system. Do this, what did we say, every 4,000 miles?
That's it.
Or 4 grand?
Jeff's got it, 4,000 miles.
You do this every 4,000 miles. And then you're going to keep your injectors clean. Just so you know, if you got one of the bomb-proof, 1998 to 2003, I believe, Toyota Corollas, 1.8 liter. Okay, there's a shit ton of those on the road, and they are fantastic, but they have no fuel filter. And the injectors love to plug from the inside. They actually get like this yellowish looking stuff on there. I don't know if it's sulfur deposit. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I do know how much it costs to fix though. It's approximately, depending on where you can get your fuel injectors from, it could be up to a $600 repair to replace fuel injectors that we could have kept clean.
That's nuts.
We could have kept clean. Now I have revived a couple, but to revive the fuel injectors, the service that I do, it runs about 200 bucks. I have to use a really, really harsh chemical, bypass the fuel pump, run it on this frickin' pressurized IV drip machine, turn off the fuel pump, and run it on this chemical for 15 minutes.
Wow.
And that is, it's kind of a corrosive chemical, but it's cheaper than $600. So
IV drip machine.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're working on somebody.
Oh yeah, no, this is like going on bypass. This is going on heart bypass right here. So yeah, no, strong stuff. It works about half the time, so you got a dice. That's not bad. So yeah, with the fuel filterless systems, your fuel system cleaners are very, very important. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And even more than that, you got the newer system that are the direct injects. The direct inject fuel injectors actually inject inside the cylinder, and they have issues with carbon building up on the tip because there's nothing to clean it. The fuel doesn't have enough detergents. They haven't devised a way to keep those clean, whether they have like almost like a two-stroke idea, have an additive that goes through and burns with them. We don't have that unless you just go ahead and use the tank additive. And I haven't seen any service bulletins, none of them fessing up, none of the manufacturers fessing up to this problem yet.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of tech hotlines that discuss cleaning these things with the chemical, the injector chemical.
Beef
Oh, right
broccoli.
there, beef and broccoli.
Thank you. And may I get some chopsticks?
How many packs?
One for me, one for him. So yeah, they're not admitting to. Oh, thank you. There we go. Appreciate that. Yeah, more important to use your additive every 4,000 miles because boy, those other repairs are getting expensive. Those other injectors, each injector could be as much as $300, and that's just for the part. That's not even including
Beef
labor.
broccoli.
Oh, look at that! It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, air filters, fuel filters, injection cleaning. Oh my! What else affects fuel economy, Eben?
That's a great question, Jeff. So there's so much stuff, and I tell you what, this is a really silly one, and it's a silly subtlety, but I've actually touched it, felt it, and played with it.
Okay.
And this is actually waxing your car. A good clean car is slippery. And you see these soapbox derbies, and oh, let's get fast and better your bearings and this and that. And I tell you what, when I used to have my C5 Corvette waxed, I could actually.
Okay.
Now, some of this stuff was, on the road. There's some roads around here where the speed limits.
Oh yes, over here. Here, I'll trade you out.
The speed limits are actually in the 80s around here, out in Utah. Show them, Jeff.
This is pad thai, tofu pad thai.
Yes.
And it looks amazing and wonderful.
Yes.
And we're Eben's talking about Utah. I'm just gonna dig in. Go ahead, Eben.
So actually, when you're actually driving really quick, the drag is exponential, and you get more drag on your vehicle. The more drag, the more gas it takes to go. So I actually noticed when I used to do some of my runs in the Corvette Club, I could actually feel my car be physically more slippery, and I saw better fuel mileage.
Good. Oh, awesome.
So it's actually silly, but to the littlest 0.2 mile a gallon, keeping your car waxed actually makes a difference.
Now I gotta throw something out there because you know me, I'm the devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Mythbusters did something on clean car versus dirty car. You might want to watch it. It's a great episode, but basically they took a car. Now, and this is a little bit extreme. They took one clean. It was a Ford Taurus, if I recall correctly, and then they took one and made it divoted like a golf ball. Golf balls are notorious for having wonderful aerodynamics because of the divots in them. And the divoted car ended up getting more better fuel economy than the other one. And I almost want to say that they increased the weight a little bit because they built up some material on the outside.
Wow.
Something to look at. Again, the dirt on your car doesn't simulate a golf ball though. So, you know what? His personal experimentation, obviously he didn't take a car and divot it. He just waxed a car that's pretty damn pretty. So, you know, his experiment not invalidated because the Mythbusters are shit in their own way. And he wouldn't go out there and test his car with a ball-peen hammer to see if the divots help.
Exactly.
Especially because it's fiberglass. It's not going to dent. It's just going to break.
Now, we got some great news here.
Oh, I had great news. Eben, what's the great news?
Great news is, Jeff, it's all settled. My car, my wife, she died. She died. But the insurance claim is settled, and I'm going to be revealing the secrets, the subtleties to everything that happened to my car. My wife, I lost her in an accident, and we're going to be showing exactly what happened. I have dash camera footage, front and back of it. Stay tuned. That's going to be coming up on Saturday. Keep your eyes peeled for it.
I watched it, and you know what? You guys are going to be amazed. I'm gonna let one secret out, okay?
Go ahead. Give it to him, Jeff.
Eben didn't cuss as much as I would have. It would have been coming out. It would have been verbal horrible diarrhea. So
Thanks, Jeff.
the fact that Eben kept his shit together.
Jeff, solid as a rock.
Sometimes. But yeah, no. You guys will like the video. The only reason you'll like it is because nobody got hurt.
No one got hurt.
No one got hurt.
And think about finding out you're going to go visit your wife without legs. That's what it was like. That's the feeling when I saw my car. I had to take it to a body shop and stuff. And
have to watch him bury it.
Yeah, it's like
Seth, no. We got a new one coming. He just ordered a bride from overseas. We'll see her coming in. Okay, not from Russia. She's not from Russia. Okay, but we'll see.
Might be keep her American.
Might be from Detroit, which is, look.
Detroit, Rock City.
Detroit's pretty far away, so that's mail order. So stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. All right. So we got a clean car.
All right.
What else is up on fuel economy? Give me a topic. I'll talk. You eat.
Different filters. Air filters.
Different air filters. Okay. We'll go over the different air filters. So you've got your base air filter, which is your orange box Fram, your blue box STPs, Value Craft. They're all basically the same filters. Those are standard. Now, let me actually correct myself on that. If you look, the OEM air filters that come in the vehicles tend to be a little bit beefier than the aftermarkets. The aftermarkets, funny thing, if they don't have good bracing on the back of the filter, what happens is you have the pleats facing down, right? As the vacuum pulls, it's pulling the filter up. Now look, as it pulls the filter up, it closes the pleats. You close the pleats, now you're really not, it's worse than a clogged filter. It's worse because you took a clogged filter and you collapsed it. It's like trying to breathe through a Coke bottle. You're not gonna do it. So you get an OEM filter. The OEM filters, like a Dodge, a Chrysler, you're probably gonna pay 2 times as much, and that's okay. Because you're getting an OEM quality. I'm okay with that. Then we have our aftermarket performance filters. Things like you got the washable filters, the Fram Air Hog, the K&N, the
Aerator, great. That's what I had on my Corvette.
You can get a lot of them now. For
excellent filter.
Newer cars, I'm going to say 96 and newer, or anything that has a differential temperature mass airflow sensor, okay? You've got 2 different types of systems. You have what's called a speed density, which uses calculation from the intake air temperature sensor and the barometer, or the baro sensor, map sensor of the engine. So it takes the vacuum and the outside air temperature and guesses what our best fuel mixture is. Mass airflow sensor has a heated element and a static air temperature sensor, and sometimes one other piece. None of them are air speed sensor, but it watches them, watches it cool down the one, and it tells basically tells the computer how much air it's getting. If that little heated sensor gets clogged, it's being insulated, and it actually thinks that there's less volume of airflow. So if you're watching it on your scanner, a good idle mass airflow reading is about anywhere between 3.5 to 5 grams a second. If you start having a bad one, it's going to drop in the range from 2.5 to 4. This is not a guarantee, not all cars, I'm sorry, but we have the possibility of over oiling and making that thing horrible. Go ahead, sir. Have yourself another flower. This we call him the Lotus of Las Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm one flower eating. You know what, Jeff?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Look at that.
It's something.
Look how cute that is. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Really good, actually. Makes me feel flowery for some reason.
Fair enough.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Jeff.
it's cute. It's kind of cute. Face gonna turn purple, possibly. We don't know. That's pretty fucking close. So, all right. Aftermarket cheapies, OEM. We're on performance. Oiled air filters only for non-mass airflow systems, and the lightest of oil sprays. All cars, no matter what you have, lightest of oil sprays, because denser oil, it's going to bleed through, it's going to get into your intake, it's going to stick to stuff, and on top of that, it doesn't breathe as well. More oil is restriction, so it's really just going to be horrible. Now, you have your other performance dry air filters. I'm not sure how K&N wears in on that.
Yeah.
But I know Fram has washable. Everybody's got washable.
I was going to add a subtlety piece.
Yeah, please.
When you go ahead and spray your filter, you actually hold it a foot away or further.
Yeah.
And you do one pass and one pass only. So here's the move. Ready? You got your air filter.
Go ahead.
Do a little over-the-shoulder shot.
All right.
That's it.
And I'll be honest, I actually go lighter than that.
Yeah, but you're going to be about a foot away.
Oh yeah, at least.
That's it.
Yeah,
and I've never had a problem. I know Jeff is a little flinchy, and some people have been shot at. Their filter tried to eat them.
Yeah.
I know it can be scary, especially when you get a wet airflow sensor.
Well, I mean, what's happening for me in my world is you're giving me a vehicle that has been damaged by something that is kind of a rare occurrence. So if I get a lean fuel air mixture code, the first thing I'm looking at is fuel pressure. Then I'm going to check to see if it's got any vacuum leaks. The last thing I look for is an over-oiled air filter for the mass airflow. Now I jump to that a little quicker. If I see that little K&N sticker, the first thing I do is pop that out. And a lot of times, I've seen this more often than not. People will have the best of intentions when they buy their K&N filter. They'll take care of it for a year and then forget about it for 5. So I'll pull these things out, and they're caked, absolutely caked with grime and slime and sludge.
You serious, Jeff?
Yeah, oh, horrible. Like, I'll pull it out, and it's disgusting. It looks like an oil filter. So, and some of your other cars, your turbocharged, I know that the Chrysler Dodge uses that 2.4 liter that they put in the PT Cruises, the older one, and the Dodge Neons and stuff like that. Those actually have blow-by that goes into the oil filter box and will start accumulating. So changing your air filter in that is also very paramount, because I've seen oil-soaked air filters, and there's other factors that go into that. But so we've done air filter, PCV breather valve. There's another one that keeps your engine from building up overpressure inside the crankcase, and it stops oil vapors from coming out. And if it's working, everything's good. If it's not working correctly and it gets stuck in an open position, your engine will actually start sucking oil out of your motor and burning actual, like, really sucking liquid oil. So kind of the forgotten device. Some cars, look at my face, Some cars you have to replace the entire valve cover. To replace the PCV valve, you got to do the entire valve cover.
What the hell?
Ready, hang on. listen carefully. Chevy Cruze. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to come out so loud. Yeah.
All right.
So it's a little sad. So air filter, PCV, good fuel, all your fluids, a transmission that's not performing efficiently has a longer engagement into gear, right? The more slip you have, the harder your engine's working because you're staying at a higher RPM longer as opposed to dropping into the gear at a normal speed and dropping the RPMs on time. Also, you'll start getting more slippage. Now, all automatic transmissions have acceptable amounts of slippage. That's just the design. But if you get over slippage, you'll start causing other problems. You'll start wearing down your clutches and your steels. You'll start clogging the filter. Another thing, change your transmission filter. That thing, if you have one, every 30,000 miles, change it. If it doesn't have one, at 30,000 miles, flush the transmission so you can get all those deposits out. Eben's going to put another link right here of that transmission flush video we did on the old Cheyenne.
Yep, we just did that.
We did a hell of a flush.
And that's going to be coming up, that video will be coming up Sunday.
Okay.
I'll upload that Sunday.
Yeah,
and we
cool.
did a super killer tranny flush. And we nailed that sucker from every angle. Took off the, the output lines.
Yeah, the
quarter in. Oh, that was a killer. Love
it was fun. So we got transmission, engine oil. You know, we talk about engine oil every single time. It's the heart of your car. If you don't have engine oil, you've got nothing. If you don't have transmission fluid, you don't have nothing. You could have wonderfully working AC, good brakes and tires. That doesn't make a difference. Oh, here we go.
Yes. Give it to him, Jeff. Give it to him.
Oh, that right there. So what you want to do?
Show him up close. Give him a close-up, Jeff.
Here's super extreme close-up for my friends on Facebook.
Yes.
Super extreme close-up for my friends on YouTube.
Beautiful.
All right. This is liquid gold, guys. We already know this is liquid gold. We have testimony after testimony. We've got me. We've got Eben. We're going to be doing my little Honda soon. I'm kind of excited. We're going to do the engine. We're
You know what, Jeff? You're going to be the first Civic on the channel.
Yes! Yes! I get to be the firsties. It's awesome. I'm down.
Awesome.
So yeah, your engine oil. Flush it once in a while. Your first AMSOIL change, flush. Change to AMSOIL. We have our wonderful engine and transmission flush. When you do your transmission flush and filter, use the flush chemical. It's going to get all the shit out of there. It's going to get all the deposits. After you flush it, then drop the pan. Change the filter. You will have cleaned everything out of there. And if you want to be extra super diligent, take off both transmission cooler lines. We didn't do this because we hit kind of a rush and we had already made a gigantic mess. It was fun. But you can take and go through and back flush the oil cooler with, realistically, I would probably use a can of brake cleaner, and then after I do that with the brake cleaner, I would just take some shop air and blow some shop air through it to get all the crud out. Plug it back up, get yourself full up, you'll have fresh fluid, you'll have no restrictions. Now I do warn you, I warn everybody about this, if you're doing a transmission service, and you're doing the service to fix a problem, if you have a hard shift, if you have a really excessive slip shift, or what they call flaring, or what I call flare shifting, where it'll let go of the gear and you'll feel the RPMs go up and then drop into gear. That's not good. So if you have an existing problem, get the problem checked out before you flush the fluid. Because cleaning, the dirt could be what's holding it together at that point. Now I still have no problem doing a transmission flush on a vehicle with 200 miles. I take it for a test drive first. If I'm happy with how it shifts, the power, go ahead and do it. And I'm okay to do it with the chemical too. I've had employees and people that I've worked with who said, oh, I won't flush a transmission over 100,000 miles. We had that episode on Old Mechanics Tales.
And there's always an exception.
Yeah.
And that takes a subtlety touch.
It does.
Now Jeff's got big mitts. but don't let it fool you. Underneath that, he's got a really good touch, all right?
Yeah.
And when he touches, he knows exactly what he's doing. So if you're not sure, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's like playing with full sticks of dynamite on 4th of July. If you're not a pyrotechnic expert, don't do it.
And I try. All the videos, I like to throw in a little surprise, teach a little something we didn't know. And so, pay attention, because I throw those things in, and we're just consolidating stuff that we've discussed. But so you got your engine oil to keep it clean. We got clean filters. We got good tires. Even as stupid as it sounds, changing your Freon. As your air conditioner, as the Freon level drops, your AC is going to struggle a little bit. And when you have a chance and you're cruising on the road, hit the recirculate button. Recirculate button is going to put a lot less load on your air conditioning compressor because you're cycling cooler air back through the system. It's okay unless somebody farts. Realistically, yeah, no, it's okay until that point. But you service the AC, it's not going to struggle as much. I know this is going to blow you. You ready? You're going to be blown out of your mind. Battery.
Oh my God.
Battery.
Are you serious, Jeff?
Swear. Here's why. If you have a GM vehicle, I want you to go out next time you think your battery's running down, okay? Chevy, Cadillac, generally the older ones. My favorite one is to listen to is on the full-size C and K series trucks, because you can hear it really, really well. But you'll hear a really, really high-pitched whistle. It's a very high-pitched whistle. I can hear it when a vehicle pulls up. I can tell with 80% accuracy by that noise whether or not an alternator is working. But here's the thing. The more drawn down your battery is, the further it's going to attempt to charge that battery, because it's trying to get it up to a certain voltage
Does that pull
level.
spark?
No, but it pulls, as you load up the alternator, that pulley's harder to turn. I mean, you're increasing the requirements of that alternator.
Are you serious?
So yeah, the brushes in the back, you're increasing the magnetic field, and they're holding the rotor.
Drawing more amps.
It's creating more amps, so it's dragging down on your belt.
Wow.
Stupid as it sounds,
Wow.
a freaking battery. Clean battery terminals. I mean, these are little, that's a maintenance thing you can do at home.
Super
Anybody-
subtleties. Yeah.
I mean, we're getting into the small stuff. But if you add all those small things up, you get a large number. You add all those small things up, depending on your car, I mean, you could get as high as 10% better fuel economy. Sorry guys, I'll bank on that.
Watch yourself, Jeff.
I know.
We're scaring the public.
I get excited.
Now we said to each other, Jeff, we had this realization that we are people too, Jeff. Remember that the other day in the shop?
Wait a minute. We're people too? We're not people. How are we people?
Mechanic stuff. Are we? We had that realization.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Everybody, you go out there, you take care of your equipment, and it'll take care of you. That's all there is to it. And as far as me being a person, I'll let that myth go around for a little while.
Now let's answer some questions. Let's see what you got.
Oh yeah, but here. I'm going to grab Facebook here.
Right now. Let's see what you got.
Okay, let's see here.
So, question number one.
Okay.
We got our ostentatious, bodacious bro, Larry. He's a great guy. We got Stephanie Manusk.
Matt McDermott.
Eat at
We are
Fishhead
dining
Even.
at Thai
All right,
Licious.
thanks
I
for
hope he
the
answered
suggestion.
it. Hi, Linda.
Stephen, my courageous, ostentatious bro.
CJ, hi. How you doing, CJ?
We got Dennis Atkins.
Dad, John. Good to see
How's
you,
it
John.
going, Dennis?
Daniel
Really
Bryant.
appreciate it.
It's fantastic. The food is fantastic.
How long does it take to see the improvement with the PI
let's see
performance?
Here. And Amanda,
Amanda,
hi sis.
You get it right
Hi
away.
Mom. And hey, okay. That was everybody. Not as many questions, but it's not all about the questions.
We got Maya asked, Jeff, how long until you see the difference with the PI performance improver?
Oh boy, you know what? I'm going to tell you about that. I was having some issues with my Civic. My Civic wasn't quite running as well as I wanted it to. I threw a bottle of PI in there, and I was about, honestly, 5 miles down the road. 5 miles down the road. Now, I do PI different than everybody else. I do it different. I use what they call it an off-label usage. So I wait till the fuel runs down to about a half a tank, and half a tank to run it stronger. Now half a tank in my Civic is 6 gallons of fuel. This cleans 20. I am not officially endorsing it. I am allowed to break my own stuff with no detriment. If you are willing to experiment, based off of my word, you're taking your own liability. It hasn't failed me yet, but I'm a lucky guy. What can I say? I'm a lucky guy. But no, I poured it on half a tank, and honestly, within about 6 or 7 miles, I felt a little bit more pep in my step.
Yeah.
Smooth the idle out. Oh my gosh, my idle. The best thing about PI, as soon as you put it in, is within about 10 miles, 15 miles, your idle smooths out. Your steering wheel shake reduces a little bit, with the exception of if you have motor mount problems, because if you have motor mount problems, it's a different problem altogether. So yeah, that's my story on PI. I think we're rounding out. We're at we're getting here. We got about 7-8 minutes left in the show. What other topics do we have? Any other questions?
Yeah, we had another question. Arthur, my courageous, ostentatious bro, Arthur.
Nice.
Thanks for checking out the channel. He asked a good question. Let me double check it. Make sure it's exactly what I thought. It is.
You check, I'll eat.
Good man, Jeff. DIY Speed is here. What's up? Thanks, Zach. Hi, Eben. What do you know about oil catch can? Does it work? Thanks. Enjoy your meal. Thanks, man. Thanks, Arthur.
Okay. Oil catch can. It is just a different way of doing a PCV system. So, as opposed to having the emissions compliant positive crankcase ventilation valve, you're running all that vapor, all that oil vapor, into a canister, and generally on top of the canister, the cap will have like a cap that has like sponge filter material inside of it to catch liquid smoke. Here's the thing: this can is not emissions friendly. You're evaporating oil vapor into the atmosphere. I don't see any boost other than the fact that, you know what, you will not have any of that oil contamination coming through your intake manifold, but you'll catch other stuff. You know what I mean? You're not solving an issue. I mean, a catch can, it's a thing.
Yep.
It's just not as emissions compliant of a thing.
And we've got another thing that can add a little gas mileage, is the Dominator coolant boost that goes in the coolant.
Our surfactant.
Yes, and what it does, it allows the molecules to get closer to the aluminum. Your car will warm up quicker. The heat will actually be warmer in the winter.
Yeah.
It'll run up to 25 degrees cooler once it's up to operating temperature.
Yeah.
And the other great thing is it has a lot of anti-corrosive properties in it, and it can be added to any coolant, color, make, or model. So it's not like...
Here's my question.
Yes.
Is it hybrid safe?
Yes.
It is hybrid safe.
That's what I read on the site. Double
that is
check
fantastic.
that. Double check it. Now, as far as a full synthetic like Eben's Cool, that's a special proprietary technology, so I don't think you'd add this in there.
Well, yeah.
No. Always double check. And
I do have a comment with hybrids. I do recommend for a lot of them have the inverter cooler. Use the manufacturer coolant on that. I would hate to have to replace a $2,000, $3,000 voltage inverter for your Prius or whatever because somebody had topped it up with water. Yeah, you just can't do that kind of stuff.
And
what do we got?
This is the AMSOIL magazine. And what this is, it's for preferred customers. So if you've been thinking about trying any of these products, you can actually use my link in the description section below.
Yeah.
You get 25% off all the products.
I'll leave one on Facebook as well.
Yep, good man, Jeff.
Heck
and
yeah.
then Jeff's going to be on Facebook. He's going to put his link on there.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say, well, what the heck does this magazine do? Well,
what the heck does this magazine do?
that's a great question, Jeff. Well, it's a quarterly AMSOIL magazine. This bad boy comes out every, 3 months. And they have summer, wing, spring, or fall. You flip through it and you see what your prices are. You get 25% off all the products. You get free shipping on any order $100 or more. It's kind of like a Sam's Club membership or one of those memberships you pay once a year. And it only costs $20 for the year to become a preferred customer member.
That's awesome.
And it saves you exponentially. And it goes over all the products and it actually shows comparisons to other motor oils. So if you say, well, how much better is AMSOIL? Well, they actually put all the graphs right inside this magazine. And they also give a lot of very great updates on different vehicles. And they do different test studies. Like here's a little test comparing other motor oil, which is pretty cool.
So down here?
Yep, show down here. And it's really, really informative.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different tech studies where they actually do market industry trends. So say, hey, what's going on with direct fuel injection? How can we save our car? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So they'll actually show a comprehensive study that could be 2 pages long in here, giving examples on how to actually protect your vehicle.
That's awesome.
So that $10 for 6 months or $20 for the year ends up probably saving you probably $1,500 to $3,500 a year. So your car will last 2 to 4 times longer.
Less repairs?
Yeah, much less repairs.
Hopefully.
Less downtime. So it's really exponential. And once you touch and feel the product, that's when it all becomes real.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put a link in the corner here to a 18-wheeler, my first semi-truck in the channel. We finally got one.
I haven't watched the video yet.
Yep.
I'll admit, but holy cow, that thing was beautiful.
Yeah, it was
That
like
thing's gorgeous.
it's a
I can't
brand new
wait.
truck. I want to give a shout out to Jay, my ostentatious, bodacious bro Jay. He's a driver. He drives down to Arizona, and it's called, what's the name of it? It's Freight, I forget the name.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
Eben.
God.
Eben. Perfect, thank you.
The heat's gotten to my brains. That's my only excuse. That's what I have to fall back on.
You know what I used to say a long time ago?
Sure.
In the most smart-assy way possible.
Yes.
I would look at somebody when they gave me an excuse. Not when they said that they had an excuse, but when they gave me one and didn't cop to it, I'd look at them and say,
Thank
you know what?
Thank you.
That's a good excuse. Yeah.
Jeff,
Yeah. What's up?
this is really good. I've got to get the recipe.
Cheers. Ooh.
It's really yummy.
Yum.
Actually, I want to make a little cheers to all the virgins out there. Thanks for nothing. And I also want to make a cheers, for a little peace and quiet. If she gives me a little peace, I'll be quiet.
I'm going to drink to that, but
All right, Jeff.
I don't think that's possible. It's okay. It's okay. Eben wasn't meant to be quiet. With hair like that, there's no way. There's just no way. That's game show host hair right there. Look, it has body, it's fluffy. You know what I have? A mildly phallic looking shape on top of my
You know what
head.
happened to Jeff? You know how Jeff's hair got that way?
How did it get that way?
Too many U-turns under the sheets.
Oof.
Yep. Jeff does a good
Just
job,
like that.
and he's an overall mechanic. No matter which way you look at it, he gets the job done.
And then we get battle scars in the field today. Yeah, that's right. I think it was a brake rotor decided to take a chunk. So I freely give donations. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, do we have any other thing? You had some questions on there. Do you want me to run over
These
real
are some
quick?
old ones.
Okay.
Just old ones. That's it.
All right. Well, any other questions? Put them on the Facebook. Put them on the YouTube.
We'll get back to you. Yeah, put it in the description section. And means the world for you to tune in, be a part of my YouTube community. And if I can help you in any way, just reach out to me. You can call me. My phone number is 702-472-3614. Jeff is down at Express Lube and Auto Repair.
We got the hotline to get a hold to text me is 702-907-9227. If you want to call straight to the shop, it's 702-433-5823. I bet you didn't know it's 433 lube. 5823 spells lube.
That's beautiful.
I know. I haven't told anybody in a long time.
Now, and a reminder, if it ain't wet, it ain't protected. And if it ain't protected, it ain't wet. And that's why the wetter the better. And, well, keep your stuff well lubed. And you don't have to replace it.
Tune in next Thursday. We're going to be, next Thursday is Wonderground already.
Oh my God! Awesome.
Yeah, right?
Jeff's looking forward to his ability to share his art. Jeff, give him a little subtlety. I'll give him a little piece.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see.
There we go. Here's a little subtlety. Here it is. The vanishing coin.
Let's see what we got.
Squeeze it nice and tight.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
it just keeps disappearing.
All right, let's see what we have here.
So Jeff's just getting his stuff together.
Let's see
Jeff's taken so much pride in this crafts of magic. It's so cool to see him find a new livelihood.
I'm gonna do a trick with you, Mr. Eben.
Oh my God! All right,
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do ourselves a mind reading trick. Now, I have here a couple of cards, a blue card, a yellow card, and a red card. Okay, now I'm gonna set everything right here. Eben, you're thinking of a card. You already looked at it. In your mind, there's one card, right? That's popped out in your head. I want you to tell me right now which color you were thinking of, because I've already predicted it. You were thinking of the red card. Now, no funny moves. I'm gonna take this packet, open it up completely, and it said, you are thinking of the red card. Because of your look. Because of his personality. What? Boom. Amazing.
That's funny.
Mr. Eben, thank you.
That's a good one, Jeff.
All right.
And Jeff shares his magic over at the garage too.
Absolutely. If
down
at
Boulder Highway, Tropicana.
Yeah, 5400 East Tropicana. And come down there at the side of the building. It says Magician on Duty. You come in. You don't even have to bring a car. We'll do a magic trick for you. Subscribe to or like our Facebook page for Express Lube and Auto Repair. Awesome Linda. She's on there every day putting posts out. Don't think I'm good enough to post every day. Linda handles the lion's share. We post 3 magic tricks a week, and we catch Eben there all the time.
Definitely subscribe and click the notification bell.
Please.
When you click the notification bell, the reason why you want to do that is when we go live next week, it'll ring on your phone.
Bling, bling.
So you'll know when a new video comes out, which is really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So,
Anything else, Jeff?
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen,
cheers.
Cheers.
To protection. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yep.